like no one's seen this in the hood. Like,
that totally surprised me because I just didn't really think, because like I said, like I grew up in Maple. I would be at my grandma's house on the weekend, be in the hood on the weekend or whatever. But like my mindset was a little different, you know. And plus I'm just weird anyway, so I didn't really get it. You know, I'm like, people like, man, you beekeeping? I'm like, well, you know, this shit's been around for a long time. Like, why are you shocked? Like, it's honey in the store. Right. But now I get it, because it's like, we just ain't never seen it.
Never seen it. It's like seeing a spacesuit out there, you know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
It's like the same ordeal. But I just love, I feel like, I say this all the time in the pocket, I feel like we're in a renaissance of just open our mind to what's possible and beyond, you know?
Yeah.
So my bad. No, I was thinking, it's like from beekeeping to, who's some people we had on the podcast? I couldn't believe they were doing these things in 2024. Who we have on here? Like from art, I mean, just any aspect of genre or industry, we are not only we dominating, but we are taking it to levels that have been unseen. Man.
It's been a while, yeah. And I was gonna actually mention that. Just different people I work with, because this was a surprise to me. Like, you know, just not thinking people were going to care. And then also just feeling alone trying to do community work. You know, and then, you know, here comes 2022. And I meet all of my friends that I know today. You know, I had a friend named Celeste and Jennifer. They hit me up and they came to my farm like, hey, you know, this is cool. You're doing the beekeeping stuff. Do you want to come to Columbus and, you know, do some political things and lobby and stuff? And I'm like, I don't know, because I don't really like politicians and I don't really like none of this stuff for real. But then she was like, we get an Airbnb and we got food and stuff. And I was like, well, you know.
Well, we already here, you know.
I'm like, well, bump it, man. Like, free food, you know, a bunch of black people, a bunch of beautiful black women. I'm like, well, why not?
Right.
And it's like, wow, I met all these people, and they doing some amazing stuff in the farming world with politics.
That's dope.
It's pretty dope, you know. Like Mickey over at Little Africa, Mickey, Tila, Angela, Jamil over at Little African Village.
Shout out to Jamil. She coming on the podcast. Hey, shout out to her.
Podcast, you know. Then meeting people down in Ridall, you know, like Tim Lewis. That's my boy.
Shout out to Tim coming on the podcast too. Yes.
Come on the podcast.
Yeah.
And linking up with the UAI.
That's what's up.
With Aharon, Big Kiyama. That's my boy. Another dude you have on the podcast.
Listen, I'm gonna reach him out to my right after this and whatnot.
Yeah. Now what he did was amazing, because it was, to me, his thing was amazing because it was like when I walked into ghetto therapy for the first time. You know, when I heard about ghetto therapy, a friend was like, yeah, come. And she like, it's called ghetto therapy. I'm like, ghetto therapy? That sounds ghetto.
Shout out to Walt, man.
But then when I got there, within the first couple of minutes, I'm like, this is the most amazing shit I've ever seen in my life.
It really is, man.
Yeah, it was like, I was just taken aback, like, wow, this is great. And I had that same feeling when I walked into Aharon's spot. He's a person who built the pod.
Come on now, yeah. Oh, we got to speak on him. That's dope.
Man, you know, and when he built it, like, we were cool, but we wasn't like cool as we were now. And when I walked in there, I was like, oh my God, like, it's not just because it's a pot, it's just like what he's trying to do with it, the herbs, and then it just was a feeling in there, was just like, it was amazing. And like, I just started to understand, and we built up this friendship where it's like, man, like, you know, it's pretty crazy to when you actually get to know somebody in the depth that they have. And it just made me feel like I'm just not alone out here in these streets.
That's good, bro. That's awesome right there. And I'm about to say, because I was going to ask you, like, when you say that as you expose what all you wanted to do, like we said, the community grew, because like you said, people start reaching out to you.
Yeah.
And I say this for the podcast, our alumni is crazy. And like you said, it's people, how can I say this? I'm an introvert, right? And being an introvert, you don't expose yourself that openly up to the people and whatnot. But the podcast helped me do that. And when I reach out, like, you want to reach out to you, Ronnie, man, like reach out to you. I met you at Ghetto Therapy, but I heard you go through. I'm like, man, I gotta get him on a podcast. And then once again, No, sitting down with you, bro, it has been a real honor to have you on, by the way, man.
Appreciate it, man. It's an honor.
No, absolutely, man. So my question to you is, would you say that your talents, your gifts open you up to community, or not community, or to other great people doing great things?
Yeah. So one of the gifts I have is socially, and I get that from my mom and my grandmother.
That's what's up.
You know, so shout out to them. See y'all later. But I just watched them growing up maneuver socially.